Welcome back. If you just joined us watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, a reminder of our top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari meets with governors and leaders of the All Progressives Congress in London. Members of the delegation optimistic that the president will soon return to the country. Police arrest 5 Boko Haram suspects in Kano, including a dismissed Air Force officer, just as military troops kill 3 female suicide bombers in Borno State. Osun State Police arraigns 39-year-old Omotayo Salawuddin for alleged complicity in the murder of her husband. And Israeli embassy in the Jordanian capital comes under attack, leaving at least 1 person dead. For this and others, please visit our websites channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device, or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. We have some pictures that you sent into our Eyewitness portal. Let's begin with them, shall we? Our first picture comes from Rumu Kalagbo in Port Harcourt. We see the picture of a flooded street. Waters have overtaken the streets. Our Eyewitness reporter says this is due to overflow from the canal as a result of a bridge under construction at Waja Junction. He wants the government to help clear the canals. We're still in Port Harcourt for our next picture. Eyewitness reporter sent this in. A flooded FRSC premises along Aba Road. He wants the issue of drainages and canals taken seriously to avoid such recurrence. There's another picture of a flooded situation in Taiwa Debogun Street in Okota area of Lagos. Residents have created a new means of transportation, as we see there, navigating the streets on a canoe following the heavy downpour. Our reporter says the rains affected many homes around the Agor-Okota area. We're ending with this picture from Surulere, Lagos, showing a clogged street. Well, it's a flooded street, actually. The drainages have been clogged, obviously, and the streets littered with refuse floating on the flood. Eyewitness reporter wants residents to imbibe healthier waste disposal habits. Thanks for sending those pictures, and please keep them coming. A 39-year-old Omotayo Salawuddin has been remanded in Malaysia prisons for alleged complicity in the murder of her husband, Hakeem Salawuddin. The police in Osun State made this clear after arresting Omotayo and her accomplice, Dolapo Oladipon, an ex-convict.
Domestic violence can be described as an act which includes but not limited to acts of physical, sexual, psychological or economic violence that may be committed by a family member or intimate partner. Most times, violence against women and children are the most reported. However, the trend appears to be fast changing as violence against men is on the increase. The latest is the case of 39-year-old Omotayo Salawuddin, a native of Ilesha in Osun State, who allegedly conspired to kill her husband of almost 2 decades. The case drew the attention of not just law enforcement agents, but several rights groups as well. 2 months after the heinous crime, police arrested an ex-convict who confessed to the crime.
I just came back from prison around March this year. So after I came out, I didn't have anywhere to go. I was hanging around inside school at Sabo. So one day this woman came to me and told me that she needs some people to punish her husband for her. And I asked her, what did he do? He said since that she with the man has married for over 19 years now. And suddenly the man got married to another person, and since then she has stopped taking care of her and the children. So that was the reason why she wanted to punish him. And I asked her that which kind of punishment. She said that if the man can die, she wished to kill her. She wished to kill the man.
The family of late Hakim Salahuddin are yet to get over this sad incident.
I understood when he married the second wife, there was all this fight, women fight. And my mother, there was one they had, maybe he removed the husband money or whatever. And my mother has to appeal to her, to the two of them, to the extent that they went to the Omatayos family, to the Baba and Momo at Elisha, that they should appeal to her to accept what the destiny has said, that is marrying second wife. In the course, I understood the deceased has just bought another new car to appease her.
This is just one out of many cases of violence involving partners. Unfortunately, the children are once again at the receiving end. Uncertainty, bleak tomorrow, pain of losing a beloved member are some of the challenges staring these children at the face. No doubts, they will require all assistance they can get in order to fulfill their dreams.
Some politics now. The leadership crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party at the national level may have been resolved, but the ripple effect is still being felt at the state level. In Kwara State, for instance, leaders of the party are still at war over who should be the authentic chairman of the party, and they're asking the national body to intervene.
The war of words continues in the PDP. But now, at the state level, the factional chairmen of the party in Kwara State are not ready to embrace peace. They are both laying claims to the leadership position. While the Sunday Fagbemi-led faction claims it is recognized by the McAfee Caretaker Committee, the Yola Oyedepo group insists it is the authentic executive.
I'm assuring you that very, very soon, letters will come from the national headquarters. The chairman of the party will be officially advertised. And I know by the special grace of God, it is going to be Prince Sunday Adeniran Fagbemi.
The youth wing of the party in Kwara State is not left out of the crisis. They've pledged their loyalty to the Yola Oyedepo-led faction, and they accuse Sunday Fagbemi of acting the script of another political party in the state.
In Kwara, there is nothing like fashion. Now, the only leadership of PDP we have in Kwara State, as the state chairman, is Barrister Yola Oyedepo. Any other person parading himself as the chairman of a state party in Kwara State is illegal.
And as the fight for power continues, party loyalists are hoping that the Caretaker Committee at the national level will intervene so that the party can effectively play its role as a credible opposition to the government in power.
Young leaders with delegations from the South and Southeast to say they support resolutions recently reached by their governors for the urgent need for the federal government to implement the 2014 Confab report. According to the delegates, critical issues like erosion, oil spills and other environmental degradation, as well as adequate infrastructure developments of both regions, must be critically looked into. They also appeal to the federal government to restructure the country.
These youths, under the auspices of the Niger Delta Young Leaders Forum, are here with the same motive and inspiration geared towards ensuring fairness and equity for both regions.
We want to state, too, that there are more critical issues even within these two regions that boils on environmental issues. We talked about the issues that is in the southeastern part of Nigeria, which is erosion wiping away entire communities. These are urgent, critical issues that leadership within the two regions have to look into. And we also, talked about the issue of oil spill, environmental issues, even in the south part of Nigeria, that is causing a lot of degradation in terms of land and killing a lot of aquatic life.
Just as expected, restructuring Nigeria and the practice of true federalism, which appears to be the most talked about issue in the country today, is also being discussed.
In the restructuring, we must restructure the political system. We must define that fact that we must restructure the Nigerian political system. We must also restructure the economic system. We must restructure the academic system.
The meaning of true federalism is what we have been saying, resource control and the rest of them. But whenever you mention that word, 100% resource control, they feel that something is happening.
As the deadline for the quit notice from their northern counterparts draws close, they raise their concerns about the safety and security of the Igbos in the north. At the end of their deliberations, they resolve to do everything necessary to protect the peace and unity of Nigeria.
The Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, says his administration is getting it right in terms of provision of quality education for students, especially at the basic education level. Mr. Obaseki made the assertion when he monitored the conduct of the 2017 Common Entrance Examinations in some schools in Benin City. He commended the Ministry of Education for the high standards maintained during the exercise.
Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki arrives at Sonaria Primary School in Benin City, the Edo State capital, in an unscheduled visit. The school is one of the designated centers for the 2017 Edo State Common Entrance Examinations into Junior Secondary School, GSS 1. Governor Obaseki, in company of some top government officials in the education sector, have come to assess the conduct of the statewide examinations.
Do you have enough papers? And none of the private school people teachers came into this premises.
The assessment tour continues across some other centers within the state capital. At the Ologbose Primary School in Ubekum, the inspection team uncovers conspiracy among some teachers to aid students in the exercise.
Why were you here? Who asked you to be here? Were you cleared to be here? Are you supposed to be here?
Not really. Governor Obaseki makes his pronouncement.
You will follow me to the office now. We're going to get to the bottom of this. You are the people destroying these children. You think you are helping them? There's supposed to be exams. It's standardized exams, and you bring your own children, your school children here. First, they're not supposed to be here. You give them our own public school uniforms, and you now start dictating the answers to them in class.
Addressing journalists at the end of the outing, Mr. Obaseki expresses satisfaction with the standard and the conduct of the admission examinations.
This government is determined to improve the quality of basic education. We are determined to make sure that we provide that our children the education at the basic level that they need to see them through life. It's going to be rigorous, it's going to be tough, but the children are going to be better off in the long term.
The Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, by this inspection, restates his commitment to the repositioning of basic education in the state, which he believes will lay the proper foundation for quality education.
When the news at 10 returns, our community report tonight takes a look at the aftermath of flood in Oyo State and how the residents are coping. Do join us again.